For a large population of students at WSU, recreational sports provides an outlet for fitness, making friends, and experiencing the joy of playing a sport. But for nearly a year, the COVID-19 pandemic has proved to be a difficult obstacle for those sports to overcome. For some club sport leaders, managing to keep their team active has yielded little success.
This spring we haven't been able to practice at all, just with not enough guys coming back from their permanent living locations and not knowing if we're going to get to play and stuff.
While continuing club activities is not impossible, adhering to guidelines between both WSU and other competing schools, as well as the Washington state regulations, makes accomplishing anything difficult.
I mean, getting moved to phase 2 recently helped. It definitely opened the door for a lot of our clubs to be able to do stuff. But you're still looking at, capacity limits for facilities. Just probably the toughest one, because depending on where you are, inside, outside, that changes things. Our indoor clubs are at a bigger disadvantage.
The Phase 2 guidelines the state government has implemented for Whitman County allow low and moderate risk sports to take place with facilities operating at 25% capacity. But the restrictions are not the only concerns clubs have.
Some of our clubs can compete currently, but the problem is where you're going to find competition, because every school has kind of been managing this process differently, and a lot of leagues have shut stuff down,
The teams that we would normally play, not all their schools are allowing them to play, so we'd be playing against, bigger schools, smaller schools, traveling farther. So not only just increased safety measures, but increased costs for sure if we were to play a season.
Clubs are not the only form of rec sports affected by COVID-19. Intramurals at WSU, which allow Cougar students to compete against other Cougar students, have also experienced their own hurdles within the last year.
We've really had to, for all of the staff, including intramural refs such as myself, we've really had to kind of adapt to the new, regulations, I guess. Obviously, they're ever changing as we move through different stages and phases.
With county cases dropping and the COVID situation improving, however, the SRC is moving to increase intramural opportunities at WSU.
Our strategic focus right now with intramurals is to get back to running our traditional sports, but also keeping the merge of things that people can participate in. They don't have to be there because I wouldn't blame anybody. It still doesn't feel comfortable for a while coming out and being in a large crowded spaces of people.
Reporting from Pullman, Washington, I'm Will Matthews.